Hello, I'm Kyle Melling, and I'm one of the attorneys here at Lowe Scott Fisher. A question I am regularly asked is, if the personal injury statute of limitations provides for 2 years to sue someone that causes my injury, then why should I get an attorney right away? Many people wonder what the harm is in trying to negotiate their own claim and only hire an attorney later on if necessary. It is true that in Ohio, for most personal injury claims, a plaintiff has 2 years to bring a lawsuit against the defendant. However, there are many significant benefits to immediately retaining representation if you are injured due to someone else's negligence. First, to dispel with a myth I regularly hear, many clients of mine are surprised to find out that despite the fact that the police came to the scene of their accident, there were no measurements taken, very few photographs were taken, and the police did not conclusively determine who was at fault for an accident. At an accident scene, police deal with the dueling objectives of both investigating the accident, but also clearing the road so the general public can get back to using that road as quickly as possible. If there ends up being a question about who was at fault in an accident, as your attorneys, we will immediately visit and document the scene, including taking photographs and interviewing potential witnesses. If necessary, we will also retain an accident reconstructionist who will measure and scan the area where the accident occurred. If this occurs immediately after your accident, many times there will still be skid marks and gouges on the roadway. However, if we're not retained until a few weeks or months later, those skid marks will have faded away and we will be entirely reliant on whatever photographs the police may have taken. Further, if we are involved right away, we can photograph, measure, and if necessary, retain possession of the vehicles that were involved in the accident to assist us with reconstruction. However, if the insurance company has already scrapped or sold the vehicles, we are once again entirely reliant on the photographs they take as opposed to our own. Second, nowadays there are security cameras everywhere. Most of these are privately owned, and many of these cameras, such as the Ring doorbell and the like, are set to keep video for only a few days. As your attorneys, when investigating the scene of the accident, we will immediately look for and seek to obtain or preserve any potential video footage that may show your accident. Even if we cannot secure this footage right away, we can send spoliation letters to the owners of the cameras, ordering them to preserve it as critical evidence in your case. Third, and this may be one of the most overlooked but most important things that an attorney can do in investigating an auto accident, and it involves cell phone records. Nowadays, everyone has a cell phone, and the sad reality is that a large number of drivers are looking down at their cell phones instead of keeping their eyes on the road. Surprisingly, cell phone carriers tend to only maintain records for a very limited amount of time, sometimes, especially in the case of text messages, for only a few days. While we cannot get the phone records of the person that caused your accident until we file a lawsuit, we can send the carrier and the driver spoliation letters, ordering them to preserve as critical evidence the record of the phone as well as the phone itself. These considerations are the same for other types of accidents as well. Consider a slip and fall accident. It is imperative for us that we preserve the scene of the fall as soon as possible. This way we can take measurements and photograph the area as it existed on the date of the fall. It's also important for us to interview any potential witnesses before their memories may fade. Finally, the moment that your injury is reported to an insurance carrier, that carrier is going to assign a professional adjuster to complete an investigation. And mark my words, their job is not to investigate in a manner that maximizes your claim. In fact, just the opposite. The only way that you can counter this and protect your claim is to hire your own professional representation as quickly as possible. If you or a loved one was injured in an accident, or if you have any other questions at all, please feel free to call us at Lowe Scott Fisher at any time. Thank you.